Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World in my very tiny hotel room here in New York City. And today's video is just some basic tips and advice for hotel stays in New York. Now, there are lots of options when you come here: hotels, bed and breakfasts, Airbnb, stay in people's apartments. There's a lot of options out there, hostels, all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to focus more on just the hotel atmosphere and kind of things like that, okay? Now, the first thing you need to know about hotels in New York is they are expensive, okay? They're expensive all year round. There's no low season for New York. They got like 50, 60 million people coming here, and those hotel rooms are always going to be booked, okay? So you really need to make sure you're booking early. Man, the average price is about $300 a night, so you're like, oh my God, that's expensive. There are deals you can find online, but if you're end up paying, where we're staying, we got $250 a night. I'm like, oh, what a steal! And it is really expensive to stay here. But the thing is, New York has a lot of cheap options. You go to the Met or you go to the Natural History Museum, and it says suggested price $22. Well, you can give them like $5 and you can still get in, or $1. They'll still let you in. So there's a lot of cheap things you can do. So this is going to be your biggest expense when you do come to New York. Is your hotel, and that prices is crazy. And the second thing is, with those high prices that you'll see online and stuff like that, that's just the price for the hotel. Then you've got the taxes on top of it. This like $250 room we have had another $40 on top of that for hotel taxes. Okay, so the hotel taxes really do add on, so it makes it for a really tough time. Now the thing is, you're going to deal with that everywhere in New York, no matter where you're staying. There are different levels, but these are issues you're going to have. So what I recommend is do book early and search, and you can really find good deals, because this was kind of like a last minute trip. So I'm like, oh, we couldn't find anything. Oh, there's this one, go for it. I'm just like, go for it, because online you can find some deals, okay? Now, one of the things you should know about the hotel rooms, if you can't tell, they're a little small. And that's one of those things that'll help you feel like you're a real New Yorker, because real New Yorkers pay really high rents for really small apartments, and you're paying really high price for really small hotel rooms. Look, if you're used to kind of like a double room that has 2 big beds and stuff like that with lots of space, if you're going to a Holiday Inn or a Hampton Inn or something like that in Midwest or the Southeast or outside of New York, realize inside New York City, especially Manhattan, the rooms are going to be small. So you're going to need some extra space probably if you've got kids. So make sure you let them know, look, it's 2 adults and 2 kids with the ages, because you want to adjust for size, because you can't fit as many people in the hotel rooms here as you can in other places, okay? Now, another thing you want to look at is if you're going to hotels, of course you want to have Wi-Fi and maybe breakfast or something like that. Look, Wi-Fi is in pretty much all the hotels here. That's not a big issue. Some you pay, some you get for free. You can just look online and they'll let you know on all the sites, things like that. I have had some that said, oh, if you sign up for our loyalty program, we'll let you have it for free. These kind of things. So just know that is one of those things out there, that Wi-Fi is usually free, but not all the time. Another thing is breakfast. A lot of the hotels actually don't offer a free breakfast here, so that's okay, because you can go to like the diner and go eat a really, a diner experience in New York is always cool. Or go have your bagels, with cream cheese and lox. You gotta have that when you're here. It's really cool, and it has those options out there for you. So don't feel like, well, they have breakfast at our hotel and it's like $15 per person. Well, let's go, honey. There's $30 there. I was like, look, you can go to a diner and spend half that and have a great meal and have a great New York experience. So just a heads up on that one. Now, another thing I want to mention about the hotel rooms is the water. Look, the water here in New York you can drink, but it tastes like garbage. So I do recommend you go to a bodega, or basically like a little shop that sells food and stuff like that, and drinks and stuff like that. Go buy some waters to bring to your room so you have something to drink, because the tap water here is not so tasty. So just grab a couple bottles so you have something in your hotel room, because the water not so good, okay? Other things you might want to know is like, where should we stay when you're here? Look, a lot of it will depend who you are, how old you are, what you want to do, what you're looking for, things like that. Some people say, well, I want to stay in Wall Street, do those things. That's great. If you're going to be here for business and doing things like that, it's great. But the thing is, down the financial district at night, it's pretty empty. It's pretty, it's not happening there. Not as many restaurants in the nighttime, stuff like that. There are, but it's like, okay, maybe farther up farther uptown might be a bit more helpful. So there is that, but if you're going for work, it's fine. On the weekends, there's a lot of tourists that come, because that's where you get the ferry to Ellis Island and Statue of Liberty and stuff like that, and there's all kinds of things there. So tourists comes on the weekends, but during the weekday nights, it's a little slow. If you want to have like the skyline experience, like we usually stay in Midtown, and so you got the Empire State Building's right over there. When I walk out of my hotel, I can see the Chrysler Building, Rockefeller Center's right over there. So Midtown has more of the skyline looking kind of things. If you're going for like the hip, trendy places, stuff like that, I'm not hip and trendy, so not my thing. But like Soho, Greenwich Village, the Meatpacking District, those are kind of like cool places to go and hang out. And they got a lot of restaurants there and stuff like that. So there's a lot of options out there, and I really suggest you kind of look and see is what do you want to do, or what who do you want to hang out with. That can really dictate things. But what's cool about New York, there's tons of public transport, taxis, Uber, Lyft, Get, all this kind of stuff out here, and you can go and visit anywhere, and you can walk a lot of the places on Manhattan. Okay, it's not that bad. You'll be fine, don't worry. Do pay attention, but it's not really that bad. But also you can stay out in some of the other boroughs. Going to Brooklyn's become a really popular place with restaurants and stuff to do. You can stay at a lot of places, so don't feel like you're kind of required to be in Manhattan. But do realize if you stay outside of Manhattan, you will have to take the train in and stuff like that, and that can add on time. But it's pretty cool no matter where you're going to stay. Another thing to look at when you do come here is with the maid staff. You do usually tip them here as well, between $2 and $5 a day. Helps the room look cleaner. I mean, I slept on this and the room still looks clean. I mean, it's pretty nice. But yeah, $2 to $5 a day, depending on the hotel you're in. Make sure everything's cool with the place. What I usually do is I'll write a note and say thank you for your time and cleaning the hotel. I got a nice note back this morning, so that was nice. But just so you know, leave a little tip for the staff, because I mean they're making minimum wage and it's a tough city to live in. So do that, okay? And I have one last very important tip for you about hotels in New York. Before you leave, make sure you use the potty, because the public bathrooms in New York are nasty. Like we go in the museums to use them, okay? But the public bathrooms around places, it is not a pleasant experience, especially if you have little kids. So what I suggest is make sure everyone goes potty before they leave. I don't care if you went potty, you go eat breakfast by your hotel, like, oh, let's go. If you're eating breakfast by your hotel, come back to the hotel and go again. Take my word for it. It will really be a helpful thing. Anyway, if you want to learn more about coming to New York, 10 things that'll shock you about New York, the don'ts of visiting New York, 5 things you're going to love and hate, check out our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we really appreciate likes, subscriptions, and please click that subscribe button here on YouTube, and you can get travel videos at least twice a week, usually Wednesday and Saturday, and yeah, we'll throw another one in there every so often, so you can see videos like this from all over the world, from China, the US, Europe, South America, all kinds of cool places. Anyway, I'll say bye from New York. I'm going to go to explore some more. It's my last morning here, so yeah, got it all packed up so we can drop off our bags. And yes, a lot of the hotels have bag service, so you can drop it off and in the morning and go around. They do charge, a lot of places charge a heavy fee for early check-in. Usually check-in around here is 3 o'clock and check-out is like 11 o'clock. So check those things, because you got an early flight and you're coming in. You get to the hotel, you won't get your room, but maybe they'll let you drop off your bags. Okay, well, have a great time and bye from New York.